trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
Right now at noon, we begin with developing news out of Providence. We're not going to tolerate it. That is the message today from Providence Police when it comes to illegal dirt bikes and ATVs riding dangerously through their city. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Casey Kantz. Today, members of the police department detailing how they plan to crack down on these daredevil riders. ABC6 News reporter Dominique Turner joins us live now from Providence with more details on this. Dom, what can you tell us?
Providence public safety officials say they're cracking down on those illegal vehicles that tend to hit the city streets in the warmer months. Last year, illegal dirt bikes and ATVs wreaked havoc through the city's streets in those spring and summer months. Now, the message public safety officials are sending is a clear one. They're amping up efforts and strategies to seize these illegal vehicles like dirt bikes and ATVs and get them off the streets. Colonel Hugh Clements telling media today the crackdown is designed to make the community safer and improve way of life in Providence. One strategy, for example, officials now asking the public to help them by calling police and letting them know when and where these vehicles are seen and their location. Now, Providence police tell me they're also using tactics like the element of surprise. So when bikers don't expect them to be in certain places or during certain times, they will be there and there will be consequences and they will seize those bikes. Now, coming up at 4, we have more from people of the bike community on their opinion on all of this. For now, live in Providence, I'm Dominique Turner, ABC6 News.
That now to an ABC6 News follow-up, and for the first time since that shocking Oscars slap, Chris Rock is publicly speaking out. The comedian doing it during a show in Boston last night. Here's Rena Roy.
A sold-out crowd welcoming comedian Chris Rock to the stage in Boston Wednesday night, and his first performance since the Oscars moment that played out on live television, shocking the world.
How was your weekend?
In this audio obtained by Variety, Rock publicly addressing that slap by Will Smith on the Oscars stage.
I don't have like a bunch of about what happened. I'm still kind of processing what happened. So at some point I'll talk about it.
The rest of Rock's show was more about the laughs.
Said if you're out here to see what I'm going to say about what happened, he goes, it's not going to happen. Let's move on, and I'm going to give you a great show.
Lines wrapped around the block with longtime fans eager to see him perform.
It was absolutely amazing. He did a fantastic job. We gave him a standing ovation, a warm welcome 3 times, and he cried.
The Academy now apologizing to Rock, writing, "Mr. Rock, we apologize to you for what you experienced on our stage and thank you for your resilience in that moment." The Academy also revealing Smith was asked to leave the awards ceremony after the assault, but he refused.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
The Academy now beginning disciplinary proceedings, saying in a statement, "Things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated. We also recognize we could have handled the situation differently," vowing to take action against Smith for his behavior, which could include suspension, expulsion, or other sanctions. Smith has apologized for the incident, saying his behavior was unacceptable and inexcusable. Wanda Sykes, one of the 3 hosts, also spoke out recently, saying the hosts also deserve an apology, but have only received one from Rock. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
We're still talking a lot about it, that is for sure. Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about the weather now as we take a live look outside. A overcast lunch hour with our ABC6 Sky Cam. You see the evidence of that. Some clouds out there, a little windy as well. Meteorologist Chelsea Priest, the temperatures are climbing just a little bit today. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, that's our trade-off today, Casey. We have the clouds, we have the breeze, there's some mist and some fog still in spots, but those temperatures are finally above average. We're sitting at 59 degrees in Providence. That wind is coming in out of the southwest at 23 miles per hour, so it certainly is breezy, but that wind is a warm wind direction, and that's going to keep us quite mild for the rest of the day today, through tonight, and into tomorrow as well. There's still some spots dealing with fog outside this afternoon. Visibility is down to 1.25 miles in Newport, 5 miles in Westerly. Doing better here in Providence. There's certainly some mist and some drizzle at times as well, but again, those temperatures are great. We are in the mid to upper 50s in most locations, a little bit cooler at the coastline. Water temps certainly still chilly this time of year, so when you get the breeze coming in right off the water, certainly keeps us a little bit cooler, but all of us running significantly warmer right now compared to yesterday at this time. Some spots about 20 degrees warmer, like Killingly, Smithfield, and Norwood. A lot of clouds in place, some mist, some drizzle, some fog, but it's not until later tonight that we have some heavier rain moving in as a cold front approaches the area. And very late tonight, there may be a few rumbles of thunder even as that line comes through, but those temperatures are hovering around 60 degrees basically through the night. We'll stay in the 50s. I'll have much more on once that cold front comes through and what that means for our weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Casey?
Thank you, Chelsea. We'll check back in now to an ABC6 News update out of Fall River today. And disgraced former mayor Jason Correa is now asking for a new trial. That's according to the Herald News. His attorneys claim there was insufficient evidence to convict him of defrauding investors through his Snow Owl app. Correa was convicted last year of fraud, extortion, and conspiracy. His prison date has been pushed back 6 times to this point. He's supposed to report to prison this coming Tuesday, April 5th, but this new appeal could put pause on that once again. The Rhode Island State Fire Marshal now asking for the public's help as it investigates 2 fires at separate law offices. The first happened at the Warwick office of House Speaker Joe Shekarchi. That was last May. The second fire was at a law office in North Providence in July. In both cases, the cause of the fire could not be determined, but arson was not ruled out. Anyone with any information should call the State Fire Marshal's office. Now to our continuing coverage of the coronavirus. Another popular COVID testing site is closing its doors. The Bristol Community College site in Fall River is the latest in a string of sites to shut down, leaving many residents struggling to find access to testing. ABC6 News reporter Laura Puglisi joining us live now in Fall River with more on this story. Laura, good afternoon to you.
Hey, Casey. Yeah, it certainly has been a whirlwind of testing sites closing down lately. This one right here in Fall River, run by CIC Health, was forced to shut down by the state, citing a low demand. Right now, I know it looks like not a lot of people here, but we've actually seen quite a few people here throughout the morning coming in to get their last appointments.
You guys open up a new place so I can get tested?
It's a sentiment shared by most of these drivers looking to get a PCR COVID test. Many, like Brianna Sylvia Moles, required to get tested weekly for work and say testing is hard to find nowadays.
It's actually really difficult. I come here, but I work in Boston, so this is the only place that I can really go right now. I know there's no other places, especially with this being the last day.
Car after car pulled up at the Bristol Community College testing site in Fall River as CIC healthcare workers administered their last tests. Some residents even giving workers gifts like lottery cards and handwritten notes, thanking them for their months of hard work.
I guess in one way, possibly it's good because maybe that means we don't need as much testing anymore, but it's still nice to have a space available for, the people who are sick or people like myself who just need a quick test done and it has to be a PCR test.
Officials at the Fall River site say they've processed over 70,000 tests in the past 15 months, testing about 700 people a day at their busiest. That number has since dropped as many turn to at-home tests, so the state decided to shut down several sites like this one. But some jobs still require PCR tests. Lori Costa is a home healthcare worker for people with brain injuries and says this was her go-to spot.
And this has been, ever since they opened, I've been coming here at least once a week. We've gotten exposed. We had to do multiple. So this is going to be a big hurt for us.
The next best site that's open now is at the New Bedford Airport. That site will remain open right now into the near future. Reporting live in Fall River, I'm Laura Puglisi, ABC6 News.
Hi, Laura. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. At the State House today, another busy day expected on Smith Hill later this afternoon. After a hearing on gun legislation lasted more than 8 hours yesterday, and more bills set to be discussed today. Now, there was a notable appearance from Providence Police Commissioner Stephen Perry speaking in support of a safe storage bill yesterday that would make it illegal for gun owners to leave their firearms unsecured, leading to a fine. Lawmakers set to hear more gun legislation today. That's set to get underway at 3 o'clock. And make sure you stay with ABC6 News for continuing coverage of this story. You can get the latest information both here on air and also online at ABC6.com. And just ahead today at noon, Vladimir Putin being kept in the dark by advisors. That is the claim from U.S. intelligence, who says those advisors are too scared to tell Putin about how poorly his military is doing in the war against Ukraine. We'll have the very latest. Plus, a seriously concerning new report about more and more fentanyl-laced pills popping up on the streets. We'll have those stunning numbers. And our friends in the South getting slammed once again by severe weather. We'll show you some of the destruction, plus what we can expect here at home in Chelsea's full forecast, all coming up. Back now at noon with an update on the opioid crisis, and it appears the number of pills containing fentanyl being seized by U.S. law enforcement is on the rise. According to new government data, more than 42,000 fentanyl-laced pills were seized in 2018, and nearly 2.1 million were seized in 2021. Experts believe this is what's causing a recent spike in deadly overdoses. Now to the crisis in Ukraine. U.S. and European officials now say Russian forces are struggling to take control of Ukraine. Sources say top advisors to Vladimir Putin are too scared to tell him the truth about the poor performance of his troops. But British intelligence is claiming some Russian soldiers are disobeying direct orders, even destroying their own equipment in some cases.
We've seen Russian soldiers, short of weapons and morale, refusing to carry out orders, sabotaging their own equipment, and even accidentally shooting down their own aircraft.
Now, the Russian Defense Ministry has also announced a ceasefire in the port city of Mariupol with the direct participation of the UN to allow thousands of trapped civilians to evacuate the city. Still to come here today at noon, devastating tornadoes wreaking havoc down south. The cleanup efforts now underway in Mississippi. And do you think you're a good driver? Well, the answer may be yes. Other drivers don't necessarily think so. What a new study is revealing about driving in 2022. Well, now to that severe weather slamming the South overnight. Hundreds of thousands of power outages after possible tornadoes touched down in Mississippi. ABC's Mona Kosar-Abdi has those details.
Widespread damage is reported in Mississippi's capital after cameras captured a tornado racing toward downtown Jackson. The twister forcing workers at the state capitol to take shelter in the building's basement. And this large tree came crashing down outside the governor's mansion.
We got a tornado right here. Right there, just to the south of the TV station. We had a little bit of a spin right there.
But the latest weather threat is putting residents on edge outside New Orleans, where a tornado caused extensive damage just last week.
We put a new roof on this week on this part of the structure. They tarped up to where the roof stops today, because if water comes in, then more is damaged.
The strong line of intense storms is stretching nearly 800 miles, triggering tornado warnings and watches across the Deep South. Earlier Wednesday, at least 7 people were injured when a reported tornado hit northern Arkansas. The local school district posting images of this elementary school gym, now destroyed. And in Nashville, Tennessee, paneling fell 5 stories from the side of a hotel downtown, landing on a roof of a building below. Mona Kosar-Abdi, ABC News, New York.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Scary stuff there, and certainly some of the same areas that were just battered last week with severe weather. It's springtime, and that's so typical for this time of year. Big cold front making its way towards the eastern seaboard at this point. It's certainly weakening as it continues to push east, but it's all part of the system that we're experiencing here in southern New England. We had a warm front come through overnight, much warmer outside today, and eventually this cold front is going to push through us here in southern New England. It's likely not going to happen until very late tonight. From the Storm Prediction Center, there is an elevated risk, an enhanced risk in areas in Pennsylvania, the eastern corner of West Virginia through Maryland and almost up into New York. You can see that little orange shading there. Some severe weather happening later today, but that line really weakens again as it gets into Rhode Island and southeastern Mass. Some rumbles of thunder possible overnight and into tomorrow morning. The gusty winds continue, some heavy downpours. That's basically what we're looking at here in southern New England, at least. Today, it's kind of misty and drizzly outside. We've had fog, we've had a lot of clouds, but those temperatures are so mild. We're sitting in the mid to upper 50s right now. 59 in Providence, 59 in Smithfield, 50 for Newport, 52 for Westerly. So for our final day of March, finally get back into some above average temperatures after a really, really chilly start to this week. In fact, yesterday, we made it to 50 degrees. It was a little bit warmer, but today we're running anywhere from 10 to about 20 degrees warmer right now compared to yesterday at lunchtime. So a noticeable change outside. There's also a little more moisture in the air outside today, which is why we have that mist and that fog. And we are coming up above average high, 53 degrees. And today we're topping out around 60 degrees. It looks like we're going to do the same tomorrow. We have those gusty winds out of the southwest to thank for that. A warmer wind direction for us here in southern New England. It's certainly breezy outside. Gusts coming in anywhere from about 15 to about 30 miles per hour. And that will continue for the rest of the day today through tonight and into tomorrow as well. But once that cold front comes through, the winds do start to shift more from a west and then a northwest direction as we head closer into the weekend. A lot of clouds outside today. You may see a little bit of sun trying to pop through, but the clouds thicken right back up, and we get the better chance of scattered rain developing through the later part of the afternoon, and the best chance of those heavier rain showers, isolated thunderstorms, comes late tonight. This is 9 o'clock. You can see that line right on our doorstep, continuing to push through. Figure 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. You may wake up to it overnight. And then tomorrow the cold front comes through. We still have wraparound clouds and showers for some of the day, clearing out tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Now the breeze does bring in some cooler temperatures, but we're not talking about beginning of the week cold. We're talking about 30s on Saturday morning, which is seasonable for this time of year. A bit breezy on Saturday, but should be a really nice day as high pressure is in control. Expect sunshine, expect those temperatures in the mid 50s range, which is exactly where we should be as we head into our first weekend of April. On Sunday, we'll start dry. Looks like some rain showers develop late Sunday and into next week, a few April showers here and there, but the temperatures at least staying in the mid to upper 50s. Casey?
All right, Chels, thank you for that. Hey, Chels, does other people's driving make you mad? Yes, you're not alone. What a new study is revealing about sharing the roads in 2022, we'll tell you about that, and why the cost of items like gas and food will still be going up for at least the next few months. Stay with us. In consumer news this afternoon, Americans shouldn't expect to see their inflation concerns ease just yet. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index shot up 6.4% in February from the same time last year. That's the highest increase that key price measure has had since 1982. Analysts say the Russian invasion of Ukraine will continue to impact the U.S. economy, causing the cost of items like gas and food to rise for at least the next few months. Well, here's the question today, the million-dollar question. Does other people's driving put you on edge? If it does, you're not alone. A new study by Nationwide finds that 85% of people rate their own driving as excellent or very good, but only 29% said that other drivers on the road are also excellent behind the wheel. Drivers also say roads are considerably more dangerous now than before the pandemic, with half saying driving is more stressful. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin successfully completed its 4th space mission this morning. There were 6 passengers, including a Blue Origin engineer, and 5 paying customers. At the peak of the flight, the passengers experienced a few minutes of weightlessness and got to see the Earth from space. It's unknown how much they paid for the joyride. Blue Origin's direct competitor, though, that's Virgin Galactic. They sell seats for $450,000. Still to come today at noon, here's an excuse to grab a bag of chips for lunch. It's National Tater Day. The history behind everyone's favorite vegetable. Plus, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast. That's all coming up when ABC6 News at Noon continues. Well, perfect for this lunchtime today. Today is National Tater Day. Potatoes are actually vegetables, believe it or not. There are more than 4,000 varieties of potatoes in the world. You can, of course, make them into all sorts of delicious foods like hash browns, french fries, chips, and tots. A fun fact, potatoes are the most consumed vegetable in the U.S. Tater Day has been celebrated since 1843, Chelsea.
I don't think that there's a bad way to make potatoes. Like,
There's
I like
not.
every single variety.
I discovered the way to make homemade mashed potatoes now.
Oh, yeah?
You boil the potatoes, you cut
Yep,
them up,
yep.
mix some sour cream in.
Yep.
I've been on a big kick of those.
Okay.
So
That can be a lot of work.
it can
mashed
be.
potatoes can
but
be a lot of work.
It's easy. It just takes a little while.
Yeah, we just had our bridal shower this weekend.
Yeah.
We got a French fry cutter where you just put the potato in and
makes it so
I
easy.
know, and an air fryer. So just come on over.
15 minutes. There you go.
Come on over.
Can't beat
We'll
it,
have some
man.
French fries
Yeah.
for Tater Day. We are looking at temperatures outside today much, much warmer from where we were earlier this week, around 60 degrees both today and tomorrow. Overnight, with a better chance of some heavier rain, a few isolated thunderstorms. We'll be back to sun on Saturday.
Hey, enjoy Tater Day.
You too,
Celebrate
Casey.
accordingly. Thank you. The news continues first at 4. For news, weather, and sports anytime. ABC6.com is always on. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you later today.